Pat and Jeff. You know, they say a lot changes in 1 year, but not for some of these families you're about to meet. We were invited into their lives to see how they're doing. And for some, the day-to-day comes with challenges they never expected they'd have to deal with. The families who live on East 27th and San Pedro Streets in South L.A. were told they would be out of their homes for about 15 minutes. It's now been 1 year. 1 year since a stash of illegal fireworks being disposed of by the LAPD bomb squad exploded, rocking their lives to the core.
Cuando yo entré a mi casa, vi
when I walk into the house, everything was on the floor, she tells me. Windows were blown out. If we would have been home, I don't think we would have survived. One thing is seeing it in pictures. The other is seeing the damage in person. This was Hilario and Minerva Velasquez's home for the last 21 years. The Velasquez family had a dream. This house had been paid off for years now, and the plan was to leave it to their children and then spend some time in Mexico on retirement. Now that plan is on hold. It's very stressful to be living like this, he tells me. They now live less than 2 miles away at a hotel put up by the city of Los Angeles, and they're not alone. 4 other homeowners and their families live here too, along with several renters. Paula Benitez, her daughters, a son-in-law, and 6-year-old grandson with autism went from a 2-story duplex into a 1,000-square-foot apartment.
Encerrada, deprimida.
I feel trapped, depressed, she says. I get very sad. I don't feel at home here. For Paula Benitez and her family, she not only lost her home, they lost their livelihood. Right here on the premises, there's a beauty salon and a shoe store, which they own, all destroyed in the explosion. Next door, a different story. This house, neighboring the Velasquez family's home, is being fully renovated. LA City Councilman Curran Price, who represents the area, gave us a look inside.
This property is undergoing some extensive repairs, renovations, and we're excited. It's going to really be a showcase, and we appreciate that. We hope to have the work completed within another month.
According to Price's office, the city has repaired 17 of the 24 homes damaged in the explosion, replacing blown-out windows and making exterior repairs, among other improvements. But they say 249 claims are still outstanding. 158 are represented by an attorney. Some may wonder why some families are holding out on repairs. The families we talked to say the city only offered to replace their windows and make minor repairs so they could move back in. How can we move in with the house so damaged, she says? The walls are full of holes. Everything was ruined in the blast. The house is in bad shape. He goes on to say all the windows were shattered. Everything is broken. Even the nails have come out of the wall. Once inside these homes, it appears they have damage beyond a simple repair, and the biggest fear is that the century-old homes were blown off their foundations. The holes are this big, she says, lots of holes. The blast was so strong it damaged the first and second floors of our home. The families claim a structural engineer was never sent to check the home's foundation. They do say someone came by to take photos and check for lead, but that's where it ended. They now rely on their attorneys, who tell them the wait for a solution could take up to 3 years. If the city wanted, they could have told us they would take care of everything, but they didn't, he said. So for now, these families wait.
So we got to make sure that our families are dealt with properly, fairly, all across the board. And I want to make, as an advocate, I want to make sure that the citizens of my district are represented as well.
In South Los Angeles. So we asked LA's Building and Safety Department if a structural engineer ever inspected those homes. They told us it was building and safety staff who made the assessments. And of course, we're going to be following the family's journey back into their homes throughout the process and bring you updates along the way. Quite a story there in South LA, right?